Hello everyone, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. My name is Megan. You have reached my Flosstube. This is MJ Stitches 23. I live in Washington. It is beautiful outside, and I am a newer stitcher. For those of you that are just joining, I have been stitching for about 7 months, and I am just diving right in. This is my third Flosstube. Today is, what is today? Today is August 11th, 2025. For those of you who have seen me before, I did get back from my camping trip, which I'm excited to share with you about what I stitched, what I did. I will share with you my stitching. At the end of the video, I will post some photos so you can kind of see a little bit about my camping trip. Stats. Right now, I have 14 total whips. 3 of them are full coverage. Sorry, those are my egg bites. I'll be right back. Okay, I rescued them. I'm cooking food for my work trip and I put them in the oven and then I forgot about it. So I have 14 total whips. I've worked on 5 projects, so I will show you those. I did not work on any of my full coverages this week. Probably I will be working on some this week to show you for next week. But I do have one new start that I didn't even tell you guys about on the last video. So not only are you going to get to see it, but you're going to get to see my progress, and it's getting close to a finish. So I'm pretty excited about that. And then the other thing I want to talk to you about are project bags. I learned how to make project bags. I'm so excited. I have 5 project bags that I've made. So I used the sewing machine, learned how to use a zipper foot and use interfacing. So I'm very proud of them. So I will, do I have 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I have 6. I lied. I have 6 project bags. So I'll show you those as I kind of go through my whips, because I like to match them to my projects. And, some of them have matching projects and some of them do not. So I'm working on it, but I can only sew so much in a week. So let's get started with my camping trip. So on my camping trip, I took Peaceful Mountain Camping Scene, which is a design by Pocket Mama Shop on Etsy. I'm stitching this on 11 count Aida. It is a hand-dyed fabric that I started this project. I only want to work on it during camping trips. I love stitching outside. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So here is my piece, and this is my start. I'm just really excited. I got done some trees, mountains, some of the water. I stitched on this a little bit in the car, at the lake, Trillium Lake, at our campsite, and a little bit after hiking at Mount Hood. We hung out at a lodge, got a coffee, so I was stitching in there too. So I'm really excited. Got a lot of progress done, and this is my own hand-dyed fabric. So this one, okay, here's the other thing, my needle minder. I don't understand why. I think it was made incorrectly, because when you try to put the needle on, it just goes over to the side. How do I fix that? Anyone? Like it just sticks like to the side. So I'm a little disappointed in that one, I'm not gonna lie. But that's what I have. So this one's gonna go away for a while, until my next camping trip, which is scheduled for October. So you guys will see this come back out again in October. And yes, I did make a project bag for this, which I'm really excited to show you. So this is its project bag. I'm very excited. So this is made of, not felt, what's the word? Flannel. This is flannel, which is really comfy to sit, you know, by the fire. Like I said, I learned how to do the zipper foot. And then this is actually from a plaid camping shirt that I used to wear, and then it shrank in the dryer. So I've been saving it for 2 years because I just love it. It's super fuzzy. I just didn't want to throw it away, and now I have a use for it. So I cut it up and I put it there. And then that is what the inside looks like. So very excited. So this piece is now going back into this project bag to be stitched on a little more in October. Very, very excited about that. Okay, next I'm going to talk about my lighthouse sampler. Okay, this one is by the Babe Needle Art on Etsy. I'm stitching this on 14 count Aida, which I also hand dyed blue with a little touch of green to kind of make the sky that I wanted to put. I wanted the sky to kind of show through in the lighthouses. And this one I'm stitching for Jason X Stitches. He's a Flosstuber. His stitching connection, it's a round robin. There are 4 people in my group. And I'm gonna stitch on this for a little bit. And so I'm stitching on 2 lighthouses, and then I'm going to mail this to someone else in my group, and they're gonna stitch 2, etc., etc. And then I'm gonna be working on their projects. So I know that 2 of our group members are already finished with their projects. And so just another member and I are finishing up stitching our pieces, and then once we're done, we're going to do our first shipment, and I'll be getting another piece to work on. So in the meantime, this is where I'm at. So here are my 4. Here are my 9 squares. The last square, so everyone will stitch 2 lighthouses. The last square, I did this backwards last time. Let me see if I can learn this time. The last square is going to be this one down here. We're gonna stitch our names and where we're from. And this is part of what I've been working on, this lighthouse. This is gonna be a little bit of the clouds, so I still have some more work to do there. I'm kind of working on the ground area. I got the little house in, and then we're gonna get some trees. So here's my matching needle minder and my project bag for this one. This was the first project bag I made. Ta-da! So really cool. It actually has a lighthouse on it. Yes, it got cut off. I didn't really, this is my first one. So this is actually what that same lighthouse looks like. So I'm learning how to cut fabric. And this one, you can tell I screwed up a little bit on the zipper. It's just uneven looking, but that's okay. I'm learning. And then, you know, this is the inside is that same blue, and then the top is the same as this fabric. So yay, lighthouse. This is my lighthouse project bag. So that one goes back in there. And you'll definitely be seeing some more work done on that for the next video. So that's been kind of fun watching everybody's progress. One of the other stitchers that's working on that project is Sebastian at Bees and Tea Stitching. So eventually you will see my project get to their Flosstube, and the one that they just posted on their Flosstube, eventually I will be getting on mine, and we'll show you that project process too. So it's kind of be fun to keep rotating as we have 2 Flosstubers in our group. Then, okay, let's see. The next project let's talk about is, let's talk about my new start that you guys haven't seen yet. This is called Airplane. And it's designed by Florine Studio on Etsy. I'm stitching this on a piece of 16 count Aida that I played with. I did hand dye this. This is a new piece of hand dyed fabric, so you guys haven't even seen that. And I'm stitching this while traveling. So here is my piece. It's a little airplane. I'm so excited. I am now bringing this with me when I travel. I travel a lot for work. So it just kind of makes sense that I'm stitching a plane, you know, while on a plane. So, or while traveling. So this one is really cool. I love the blue that kind of looks like the sky. I've got some of the wings done. I'm working on the tail. And then I still have the second set of crosses to do for the gray. And I have the engine still to work on. So almost done with this. Very excited with how this is coming along. And I made a project bag for this one too. So excited. So this is my project bag. Yes, it's I got this one down, the zipper down a little bit better. So this one is traveling. It says around the world, and it's got a map of the world. Here's how the back looks like. Little compass, Eiffel Tower, just really cool. And then, yeah, that is the inside. Oh, this one's a paper pattern, so I have my little paper in there. So this one I've decided will be my travel project bag. So anytime I travel, I will be taking this along. And you are gonna see in my new starts something else that's gonna be in there, because this one's almost close to being done. So as soon as I'm finished with this one, I already have plans for my next travel bag piece. So I'll share with you that, or I'll share that with you at the end of the video. Okay, next I want to show you Nature's Journey. So this one is in Just Cross Stitch magazine. It's the spring of this year. And this design is by Katarina Holland of Sprouting Lupine. And I'm stitching this on Aida 16 count. The first piece of this is white Aida. So I finished this section. This is the spring section. Well, no, I didn't finish the section. I lied. I finished most of this section. So here is my finished piece. I've added in, because this is white Aida, it doesn't call for backstitching, but I did backstitch the rest of the flower so that it shows up on the white. And then I unstitched and restitched some backstitching for the butterfly. Got that looking the way that I want it to pop, and same with the bumblebee. And then in the middle here, I am going to stitch an iris. So I do have materials ready to design this. I haven't designed it yet, but in the next couple weeks. I'm not gonna promise for next video, but in the next couple weeks, I really wanna make sure I get it right. I'm planning on designing some kind of iris in here. I have a huge iris garden, and that to me means spring. So I'm changing this part of the design. Okay, on the last, I think I did on that side. So this is that part of the piece. So on this side is the summer side. This is spring, then we have summer, we're gonna have fall and winter. So summer, I've started stitching on that on a piece of fabric, again, that I dyed. So it's still my Q-snap. So this will hook up to there, and I'm going to stitch it together with my sewing machine eventually, once this is done. Once this whole project is done. I'm calling this all one whip. So this is the summer portion, and I've started working on the branch and some of the leaves. So I still have some more work to do here before I move on to another motif, but I really like how this is looking with this fabric. So catching up super hard for summer. Trying to catch up before the fall magazine comes out. Not sure I'll get there, but I'm working on it. Okay, sorry, I was getting a stitch in my foot, so I'm sitting on my feet. I'm so excited. Sorry, I just now moved my head. Okay. The next one, what's next month? Oh, yes, my bluebird nest. Oh no, wait, before we go to bluebird nest, I almost forgot to show you the Nature's Journey project bag. Oh my gosh, how did I forget? So this is its project bag. So both magazines fit inside here, and that half-sized, I guess it's not half-size, it's a quarter-size Q-snap. Here, this will fit in here. The one size that's larger than this also fits into this bag. Anyway, so I love this fabric. This is green. This is gardening, which I think is great for spring and summer. Once I start the fall portion, I might have to change the project bag, but I love that this is all matching. I did a good job with the zipper this time, inside and out. So I have an inner fabric and an outer fabric. And then I put in just all the floss straps in there, the magazines or the patterns, the needle minders, and the pieces I'm working on. And it makes me really happy. I'm just so proud of this. I'm giving it hugs. Okay, so now we can move on. Okay, so next will be the bluebird nest. I am stitching this for Robin's birthday. This is her birthday month. So for Robin's birthday at Bird's Eye Stitches, she wanted everyone to pick a bird from a magazine to stitch. So I chose this one from Just Cross Stitch magazine. It's from the spring 2020 issue, and it's called Bluebird Nest by Elizabeth Spurlock from Saving Grace's Fine Needle Arts. So this was a new start that I talked about on my last video, and again I'm using some fabric that I dyed. I'm so proud. So I have colors. I think this whole Flosstube is gonna have colored fabric. Really excited. So here we are. There is my bluebird so far. The head was really fun to stitch, and then getting into the peach color here, but down here, I think I frogged this like 2 or 3 times. It's really difficult to figure out where I'm at. So I'm trying to do it row by row. Unfortunately, I realized that I am missing 2 colors. I just don't have them in my stash. So I went to Michael's. Michael's is my LNS. Which is not even a local needle shop. LNS, that's a local needle shop. It's not even that, but it has, they carry floss. And they don't have the 2 colors that I'm missing. I believe that was for this one. So I will probably substitute them for something else, but I'm just gonna worry. That's a future Megan problem. So for right now, this is great. I'm using 2 needles on this project because there's so many different blues in this bird, and so sometimes it's just easier to do a stitch or 2 with 1 needle and then do another stitch with another needle, just so I don't lose my place. But I'm liking how this is turning out. Yes, you guys, this is part of what I've noticed. I do have a little stain there, and I think I have one down there, a couple down here. When I was dyeing fabrics, I was using the same cups. So I'm learning for different colors. So I'm learning that if I use the cups for dyeing, I should wash them out before. I was rinsing them out with a hose, but I probably wasn't getting all of the, because I dyed this outside. Probably wasn't getting all of the dye out of the cups. So I just need to use, I was trying to save, I don't know, I was saving cups, trying to be budget friendly, you know, but they're solo cups. I think to avoid some spots on my next fabric, I will just use some more solo cups to do the dyeing in. So something I learned, but you know what? Like I said, for my own piece, it's just a learning experience. So I'm loving that I got to use that, and that I'm dyeing my white Aida fabric for colors. So happy birthday, Robin. The bird is coming along. Yeah, we'll see how much farther I get before I get really irritated about the not having the colors that I want. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to make a choice about what colors I actually want to use. I just haven't decided yet. So we'll see. We'll see what I decide for on that one. So that's been a fun start. Okay, so two more project bags to share with you, and then we'll do giveaways. So this is another one that I made. This one is super close to my heart because this fabric is from my grandma, who she's passed away, but this, years and years ago, she used to make plates with fabric underneath them. That's the best as I could describe it. You can't put them in the dishwasher, but they are beautiful. They're great for like putting cookies on, anyway, so she had a bunch of leftover fabric that I've just inherited. Not great big pieces like this one. I didn't have enough for the back. But this is beautiful. I love the beach. I love summer. It is my favorite season. So this means a lot to me. The fabric that I used for the inside and the back is also very meaningful. So I'm from Chicago originally, and my grandma used to own a little beach cottage up in Michigan City, Indiana. And we would go there in the summer, spend all of our weekends there. And this fabric is from the pillowcases. There were large pillowcases that used to be on the couches, and I don't remember what the chair. It's kind of like an Adirondack chair type style, but it's for indoors. I don't remember what the chair is called, but I love this because it reminds me of her, the beach. In Michigan City, it's right there on Lake Michigan. So we were always, headed to the beach, going to the dunes. So this is great. I will always have a beach project in here. I don't have one yet, so that will be coming. Not this video, but probably maybe next week. I'm gonna pick out a beach pattern. I have a few. I just haven't decided yet which one I want to start first. Yay! Okay. And then my last project bag will, you know what? That one is, we're gonna talk about that when I do plans, because that's gonna be a new start for next week. Okay. So let's do giveaways. So last video I had 2 giveaways and I have 1 winner. So I had 2 designs and nobody commented the magic word for one of the giveaways. So I'm not sure if you guys didn't like it, or if I just have a small following right now, which I'm so excited. So that one, if you're new and you go back and you watch that video, send me a note if you like it or not, and I'll bring it out on a future video. Might just have been, it's not the right crowd for that giveaway, and that's fine. That's okay. But the one that did get some interest in was Angel of Hope. So Angel of Hope winner is Terry Falwell 8484. So Terry Falwell 8484. You are the winner of this giveaway. Please email me at mjstitches23@gmail.com. because I will need your address, and then I will pop this in the mail for you. Congratulations. For giveaways today, I picked up something different. This one is a Dimensions kit. It's called Welcome to Group Therapy. So this is an entire kit. It is stitched on 14 count black Aida. And it has the fabric in here, the thread, the colors, everything you need. I think this is super cute. I think this would be a really great piece to put, I don't know if you have like a cocktail bar in your home or a really nice little corner that you like to chit chat with your friends. This might be a really cute little place to put that. So if you are interested in this one, comment group. Don't worry, because if there's multiple people that like this one, I have two. Woo, I have two to give away. So double the chances, guys, if you are excited about these. We'll pick those winners next week. Okay, I have 3 shout outs to give today. First shout out is going to Becky. Becky is the lead organizer of my local Tacoma stitching group. And Becky is the one that has taught me how to hand dye fabric, make all these really cool project bags. She had graciously invited me over, and we just went to town. So she's the main reason why I have so many exciting colors and cool fabrics in this video that have been stitched into really cool things. So Becky, thank you for helping this video come to life in a very colorful way. My next shout out is going to be Stitching with Charlie. Charlie, you were the first one to email me, so thank you very much for welcoming me. It just put a smile on my face. So Charlie is a stitcher that started around the same time Jason did, sometime at the very beginning of this year. She started Flosstube. And it's been so cool to see her projects go from cute little animals and magnets into now she's doing some full, I was gonna say full cross stitch. What's the word? Full coverage. She probably did progressing in the correct way, whereas I've just kind of gone the opposite, like just went up and did all these big projects, and now I'm realizing, oh my gosh, okay, I need to make some more manageable decisions moving forward. So thank you, Charlie, for your warm welcome. And I'm very excited to keep watching you. My third shout out is going to be Becca is Stitching. Becca is a East Coast stitcher, and she does a lot of, she does some full coverage. She does a lot of cross stitch and crochet, I believe is what it's called. Knitting. I don't know the differences of all of those with the yarn, but she does a lot of yarn work, makes sweaters and things, and she's an avid reader and is always offering some cool books to read if you're interested into her reading genre. She just took her first trip out to the Pacific Northwest and made a vlog, which is so interesting. It's kind of like a Flosstube, except that it's little clips of what you're doing throughout the trip, and then she puts it all together in this video. So a little different than the Flosstube, but it's something that she's been working on. She likes making them, and it's just been really cool to watch her kind of experiment with that, and some of her projects are just really cool to watch. So shout out to you, Becca. Okay, so on to my new starts. new starts. I guess before I do, I forgot to tell you guys, I'm in a new, I'm still at home. This is still my house. I'm in a different area. My my husband's in the other room. I kind of share my crafty space with him in his office. So I lost the coin flip. I'm out here. But that's okay because you can see another one of my paintings. Anyway, so you'll probably see me in a few different places in the next couple of videos. I'm learning how I like filming, where I want to film. I'm trying to post every week. It's not going to be the same day. It's not going to be the same time. So bear with me. But if you subscribe, then you'll know when I release a new video. So, but it's going to be, I'm trying to be good at doing once a week. Okay, so for my new starts, this one we talked about last time. It's going to be the Majestic Blue Dragon, which is by Mrs. Magic Stitch on Etsy. And I am starting this on August 14th, so it's very soon. I'm stitching this for Sebastian's birthday on Bees and Tea Stitching. And cool that my anniversary and my husband's anniversary is also on the same day. So it's a perfect time to start something. So I will be using my first piece of non-Aida fabric. This is my 25 count Lugana. It's called Dusk from Bestitch Me. And I kind of unfold it on a previous video that I've already done. So you will see a new start for this one on my next video. I've got it all kitted up and I'm ready to go. This was another one where I am missing 2 DMC flosses that Michaels did not have. I think it's 2 also. So I popped a few, it's some of the blues. So I've popped a few blues that I might be able to trade it with depending on where it is in the pattern. But that's a future mega problem. I'm going to worry about that when I get there. I'm very excited to start. So this one is going to be housed in my last project bag. Ta-da! I felt like it was a little bit magical, majestical for a dragon. I thought, oh, this is so pretty. I just love this fabric. Yep, and I thought my zipper matched pretty well too. So very, very excited about this. This is also where, so this one is for my dragon. It also houses my, what's it called? Pattern Keeper device. A tablet. It's a tablet, yes. That's what this has been housing. So I know you guys have seen some of my Christmas, my Christmas stocking. I do need to make another Christmas stocking project bag. I should say one. I haven't even made one yet. So that's next on the list for project bags. I have a lot of other ideas because I have some projects that just don't have project bags yet. So that's been really fun. Project bags, they take me a bit to make. So probably won't see any new ones next week, but over the next couple of weeks. It's a little bit till Christmas, so I have some time. Oh, this also is going to have my dragon needle binder on it. I think that's over here. Got it. Okay, so here's my dragon needle binder. So this one will go on here. And then next week, you will get to see my new needle binder that I got for my Christmas stocking. It's got a new one for that, so I could take this off. But I didn't work on it this week, so we'll show you next week. The other piece that I'm going to start is called Airplane Window Nature. It's by Author Embroid Design on Etsy. And this one is also going to be stitched on 11 count Aida. And this is another one that I dyed with Becky. I really like all the marbling here. I think this is going to look great for this piece. I might lose some of it in the middle with the pattern, but I think on the outsides it's still going to look really cool. So this piece won't get started until I finish my other airplane piece. This is going to be the next project that goes in the travel bag. So this one will get started on, which will be good for my traveling for stitching. So I did not get to my full coverage pieces this week, like I said in the beginning. At least 2 of them will be getting a lot more attention for this upcoming week. My Rivendell piece, Lord of the Rings, that is going to take me, well, it's going to take me even longer if I don't stitch on it. So this one always needs work. So we will be putting some more stitches on that one. And then my Christmas tradition stocking, want to keep stitching away on that one to get that done by Christmas. So those are my goals. I don't want to bite off too much and say that I'm going to stitch in Harry Potter. I would love to, but let's not make that promise at this point, or I'm just going to be so overwhelmed in a good way. Okay, so now I'm going to update you on my camping trip, and then I'll leave you with some final thoughts. Camping was amazing. We drove down to Memaloose Campground. Should have taken us about 3.5 hours, and it took us almost 6. It was a long drive. There's a lot of traffic. I think a semi flipped over the entire highway. But we listened to music, we chit-chatted, I stitched. So it, I was happy to have more stitching time in the car. I started stitching in the car. I was like, okay, technically we're on the way to camping and I've got all this time. So that's when I started. So we visited Mount Hood, did some hiking there on the PCT. We hung out at Trillium Lake and just hung out by the campsite and tried to look for comets like at night. We did a lot of chatting, just good conversation, good hanging out. It was really, really nice. It was warm. It was very windy. The last day we did a hike, it was just so this picture's a little embarrassing, but I'm going to show you anyway. This is how windy it was. My ears hurt, but it was really fun. And then at the back end of this trip, so the first part of the trip, my husband and I, we went camping with his side of the family. And then on the back end of this trip, my family came in to do a waterfall tour in Oregon. So we stayed at Snohomish, I think is what it's called. Snohomish. Oh no, I don't remember. I don't know. But anyway, we stayed at this really cool lodge and adventure course through the trees. It's got little hikes and a really cool spa area. Anyway, we only there for one night at the end of our camping trip, but we met my parents there and did a couple rounds of the mini golf. I don't know if I would call it mini golf. It was more like a putting course. But it was still really, really fun, and then we did a couple of waterfall hikes. We made it to Multnomah Falls, which I've never been to. That was breathtaking. We also hiked at Bridal Falls and Horsetail Falls. So that was really cool to spend some time with both sets of family. We had a little market, like a farm stand, to get some fresh nectarines and pies and ice cream and jam, you name it. That was just really cool to kind of go to that little local shop. Yeah, so it was really good to get out in nature. Sometimes it's just good to get away. So it was wonderful, and I loved that I had some time to stitch. Another big thank you again to those of you that are excited for me, with me. I'm happy that you've taken the time to either stitch and watch or listen. Hope you've got a lot of work done, and I'm just really thankful for all the comments and the messages. I read every single one. I comment on mostly every single one. It's just been a joy to talk to so many of you that are now into cross stitching. Well, that are as into cross stitching as I am, and I'm just kind of new coming into it. This has been just really fun for me, and I've loved connecting with all of you. So thank you again for watching. Please like, subscribe. We'll see you next week. And again, with these parting thoughts, take care of yourself. Do something for you. Get out in nature. Go for a walk, even if it's not camping. Sit out there, close your eyes, and just feel the sun on your skin. It's a beautiful day. You're doing the best you can. Keep it up. We'll see you next week. Hold up. I'm getting too excited. My words can't follow me.